So now we will start with statistical question for better understanding of mean. Now we will discuss some questions of mean, so that we can take and more specific and more knowledge about the calculating mean and about the understanding of mean. So we will start with our first question. So as you can see on your screen, first question is, a company has different category of employees with the following monthly salary and number of employees in each category. So basically, we have two terms: monthly salary and number of employees. So these are two variables: monthly salary and number of employees. So on the basis of both these category, we have to calculate the mean monthly salary of the employees. Okay, so salary is given to us is 40,000, 35,000, and 50,000. And the number of employees are, uh, there are total 5 employees who are getting salary of 40,000. There are total 3 employees who are getting 35,000, and there are total 2 employees who are getting a salary of 50,000. So basically, the salary which is given to us is a salary of one person. Okay, and we have to calculate the salary of all the employees. So basically, there are total 10 employees, and the salary given is for 3 employees. So first of all, we have to calculate the salary for uh, all the 10 employees. So you can, what we have to do is that we have to multiply 40,000 with 5 so that we can get the salary of all 5 employees. Similarly, for the second salary, 35,000, there are total 3 employees who are getting the salary of 35,000. So we have to multiply 35,000 to 3. After that, there are total 2 employees who are getting the salary of 50,000. So we have to multiply 50,000 by 2. By doing this process, we will get the total salary of all 10 employees. Okay, so for calculating monthly salary of all the employees, we have to do this procedure. So what you can see here, we have already did this calculation. While calculating the mean, we have already multiplied 40,000 with 5. The answer is 2 lakh. When we multiply 35,000 with 3, the answer is 1 lakh 5,000. When we multiply 50,000 by 2, then it will come by 10. Oh, sorry, 1 lakh. So when we add all these three calculation, then we will get our salary of all 10 employees. So basically, in next step, what we have done is that we have added all these value 2 lakh one and 1 lakh 5,000 and 1 lakh. And what we have done is that we have multiplied by all these value, or we have divided all these value by 10. So in first step, we did the multiplication of these 40,000 to 5, 35,000 to 3, 50 to 2. So from this multiplication, we got this result. Then what we have done is that we did the sum of all the salary and divided it by the total number of employees. So the answer we got is 40,500. So this answer is the mean monthly salary of the employees. So if we talk about the average salary or monthly salary of all the employees, then it is 40,500. Okay, so this is how we calculate the mean value or the average on the basis of the salary given to all the employees. Now, Now we will do the calculation of mean on the basis of individual series, on the basis of discrete series, and on the basis of continuous series. So for doing calculation for all these three series, we calculate the mean for two methods, by direct method and by shortcut method. As we have already understand what is individual series, what is discrete series, and what is continuous series. So now we will calculate the mean according to the series, according to the given series, and by both these two methods, by direct method, by shortcut method. So let's first understand calculation of individual series with the help of direct method. So the formula for both the method is different. So for direct method is formula is mean is equal to sigma x upon n, and for shortcut method mean is equal to a plus sigma dx upon n. So basically the difference between both these method is a difference of assumed mean. So while we will calculating mean with direct method, we will not take any assumed mean, but while calculating mean with the in this shortcut method, we will take a assumed mean from a given table. So let's first understand an example with direct method. So this is the question where we have to calculate arithmetic mean of following marks in economics which are obtained by total 10 student in a monthly class test. So there are two segments given, roll number and marks. So as there are total 10 students, so the roll number are from 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So the marks obtained by all these students are the student with roll number 1 got 30 marks, roll number 2 got 28 marks, roll number 3 got 32 marks, roll number 4 got 12 marks, roll number 5 got 18 marks, 16, roll number 6 got 20 marks, and so on. So in last roll number 10 got 14 marks. So these are the marks which are given in on a class test of economics. So we have to calculate arithmetic mean for this, and we have to apply for direct method. As for this series, we are considering direct method for calculating mean. So the formula for mean under direct method is sigma x upon n. So as they are total 10 students. So n is n is 10, total number of students or total number in a series are 10, and marks is our x, so we have to calculate the total of all these marks. So the total of all these marks is sigma x. So when we add all these value, we will add 30 plus 28 plus 32 plus 12 plus 18 plus 20 plus 25 and plus 15 plus 26 and plus 14, then we will get sigma x. So the value of sigma x is given to 20. So the total of x is equal to sigma x, and sigma x is equal to 220. So basically in this we have to calculate, or we have to do the we have to add all these values to get sigma x, and n is a total number in a series which are 10. There are total 10 students who obtain marks in economics in a monthly class test. So when we apply formula sigma x upon n, then we will put the value 220 divided by 10. When we do the calculation, the mean value is 22. Okay, so the mean marks for a test of a test under which 10 students obtain marks, that is 22. So basically in this we are calculating mean of the marks which are obtained by 10 students in a monthly test. So average marks got by these 10 students are 22 marks. Okay, so this is how we calculate arithmetic mean under this direct method. So if we have to compare between direct method and shortcut method, then answer from both the method are same. It's your choice which method you are going to use. You want to do calculation with direct method or you want to calculation with shortcut method, the answer will be same. So it's your choice for which method you want to calculate the mean. If nothing is mentioned in the question for which method you have to calculate the mean, then you can opt for any method. But as compared to shortcut method, direct method is much more easier. So while solving the question, first you have to identify the series, that which type of series is this. And after that you have to choose which type of method you are going to use for calculating the mean. So now we will solve the same question with shortcut method. So in this we will do the calculation of the same question with shortcut method. As I've told that answer will be same for both the methods. There is no change in answer for direct method and for shortcut method. So the basic difference in both this method is that in shortcut method we have to assume a mean. We have to take a assumed mean for doing a further calculation. So in this question, as marks is our x, okay, so for shortcut method we have to calculate dx, and for dx we have to take a assumed mean. Okay, what we have to do? We have to take a assumed mean and we have to subtract that assumed mean from this x. So when we have to calculate this dx, what we have to do? We have to subtract, we have to minus assumed mean from this all these value of x. So for this particular question, we have already taken assumed mean of 20. So for this particular question, we have taken assumed mean 20. So what we have to do is, now we have to calculate the value of dx, this dx. So how we will calculate this value of dx? Simply we have to subtract this assumed mean, this value of 20 from all these value of x. So when we subtract from this first one from 30, then the value of dx is 10. Again, we will do the calculation. 28 minus 20, the value of dx is 8. 32 minus 20, the value is 12. 12 minus 20, the value is minus 8. If your value is coming in negative, then you have to mention, you have to show that value in negative. If your value is coming in positive and it is a positive value, then you will show it by a plus sign. And if value is in negative, then you will show that value with minus sign. So basically it helps in doing further calculation. When we will calculate the sigma dx, then it will very helpful. After that, 18 minus 20 value is minus 2, 20 minus 20 value is 0, 25 minus 20 value is 5, and so on. So these are the value of dx which we have calculated by subtracting assumed mean from the marks, from the value x. So what we have to do is, now we have to calculate sigma dx. Basically, sigma is a sum. In previous lecture, I have also shared a slide with you in which I have mentioned some common term which we are going to use while calculating the mean or while doing any statistical calculation. So this sign sigma is a sum. So when we have to do sum of any value, then we will put this sign sigma dx in statistics basically, or you can say while calculating central tendency, mean, median or mode. So now we will we will do the calculation. First add all the value, and after that we will subtract all the value from this, from these added value. So values are plus 10, plus 8, plus 12, minus 8, minus 2, 0, plus 5, minus 5, plus 6, minus 6. So what we have to do? We have to calculate them, and the answer is plus 20. If your answer is coming in minus, then you have to put that sign here, minus. Suppose my answer will come like minus 20, then I will put here sign minus. Okay, so here, but in this case, all the values, the total of all the values is in plus. So I have written here a 20 plus 20. So all the values, all the sum of sigma dx is plus 20. So now we will put all the values in this given formula, a plus sigma dx upon n. So where a is assumed mean, so value of a is 20, and sigma dx is the sum of this dx, and the value is plus 20, and total number of items in a series are 10. So where n is 10. So here we have put all the values 20 plus 20 by 10. So after done the doing the calculation, the average marks is 22. The average marks is 22. As in this previous method also, in direct method, the average mean marks is 22, and when we did the calculation with the shortcut method, the average mean marks is also 22. So there is no difference between with the answer if we choose the direct method or we choose the shortcut method. Answer will be same from direct method and from shortcut method. So this is how we calculate data this is how we calculate mean, or we calculate average in individual series, basically in individual series for direct method and for shortcut method. Now we will do the calculation for discrete series. Now we will do the calculation of mean for discrete series. For discrete series also we will consider both the method, direct method and shortcut method. A formula for calculating mean under discrete series for direct method is mean is equal to sigma fx by n. So as in this discrete series under this direct method, basically we have to multiply each value of x by its corresponding frequency f, and this multiplication basically called fx, and when we do the sum or we add all the value of fx, then it is sigma fx. So what we have to do, basically we have to do the multiplication of x and the frequency f, so that we get the value of fx. Say under shortcut method, similar to individual series, we have to take assumed mean, for which we will calculate dx. So the formula for shortcut method for calculating mean is equal to a plus sigma f dx upon n. So this is how we will calculate the mean under discrete series for direct method and for shortcut method. Let's come to the questions. So in this question, what we have to do, basically we have to calculate the mean for the following data. So we have, in this question, we have given size and frequency. The value of x and f is given in this question. So the size is 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the frequency given are 5, 8, 10, 10, and 7. So what we have to do is we have to calculate the fx. So for calculating fx, we have to multiply all these values. We have to multiply x and f so that we can get the value of fx. So as you can see on your screen, so these are the value of x and these are the value of f. So we have to multiply between them so that we can get the value of fx. So how do we get the value of fx? So basically, let's start with first one. 4 multiplied by 5 is equal to 20. So this is how we will get the value of fx. Second one, 5 multiplied by 8 is 40. 6 multiplied by 10 is 60. 7 multiplied by 10 is 70. And 8 multiplied by 7 is 56. So how this we will get the value of fx. So now what we have to do, we have to calculate the sum. We have to calculate the sum of fx, means we have to add all these values. We have to do calculation of all these values. 20 plus 40 plus 60 plus 70 and plus 80. So by adding all these values, we get the value of fx. So the value of fx is 246. When we do the calculation or when we add all these 5 values, then the total we get is 246. Now what is n? So we have to calculate the total number also. So total is what we have to do in this case is that we have to add all these values. The frequency is given 5, 8, 10, 10, and 7. The total of the given frequency is 40. So this 40 is our n. Total number in the series is 40. So what we have calculated, we have already calculated n, which is 40, and sigma fx, which is 246. So now what we can do, we can put all these values into a formula, sigma fx upon n. So when we do the calculation, 246 divided by 40, the mean arithmetic mean of the following table is 6.15. Or we can say the average arithmetic mean is 6.15 with the direct method under discrete series. So this is how we generally calculate arithmetic mean under the discrete series. So I've earlier also told that first of all we have to identify which type of series is given in the question. Then we have to select the method for which method we are going to calculate the mean for direct method or for shortcut method. So now we will do the calculation of the same question with shortcut method. So right now we have done the calculation with direct method. Now we will do the calculation with the help of shortcut method. So in this shortcut method also we have to we have to take assumed mean. So first of all we have to decide what will be the assumed mean. So for this specific question, we have taken assumed mean is 6. So basically assumed mean is required to calculate the dx. When we have to calculate dx, then we require this assumed mean, because in shortcut method the formula is a plus sigma f dx upon n. So basically, this assumed mean which we have taken for this question is 6. Is, this value 6 we have taken from the size of class, from x, from the value of x. We have taken this value of assumed mean. Uh, so now we will calculate the value of dx on the basis of assumed mean. So what we have to do in this case, we have to subtract, as we have done in the previous method also. We have to subtract this value of assumed mean from all the value of x. So first of all, we have to calculate the value of dx. So when we subtract uh, uh, 6 from 4, the value is minus 2. Okay, as we are subtracting smaller value from the bigger value, then the value will come in negative. So 5 minus 6 is minus 1, 6 minus 6 is 0, 7 minus 6 is plus 1, 8 minus 6 is plus 2. This is how we calculate the value of dx, in which we will subtract the assumed mean basically from x. Now we will calculate fdx, similarly like we have calculated in direct method fx. The difference is that in this question we are calculating fdx. First of all, we have to calculate the value of dx with the help of assumed mean. Then we have to calculate the value of fdx. So what is f dx? Basically f multiplication into dx. That is the value of f dx. So 5 multiplied by minus 2, the value is minus 10. We have to consider this sign basically. If the value is in minus, then we will have to keep this value in minus. If the value is in plus, then we have to keep this value in plus. Similarly, 8 minus 1 is 8. 10 multiplied by 0 is 0. 10 multiplied by 1 plus 1, and 7 multiplied by plus 2 is plus 14. Now what we have to do is we have to calculate the sum of fdx. We have to calculate the sum of fdx. We have to add all these values. If there is some value coming in minus, then we have to minus that value. If value are in plus, then we have to add those values. So the total of fdx is 6 plus 6. Sigma fdx is equal to plus 6, and the n value of n is 40, as we have also got this value in this direct method also. So basically the value of f, the total of the value f, sum of all these value is the value of n, the total number in the series, that is 40. So basically now we will put all these value in a formula for calculating mean under shortcut method. So mean is equal to a plus sigma f dx upon n. So assumed mean is 6, and plus the sum of fdx is also 6, and value of n, sum of total sum of f is 40. So now we will do the calculation, and the average we got, or we can say the assumed mean we got is 6.15. So the answer we got from both, applying both the method, is similar. By direct method and by shortcut method, the answer is same, 6.15. So it's your choice which method you want to choose. Basically, a direct method is more easier than the shortcut method. If uh, if in question the method is not mentioned, then you can opt for any method, for direct method or for shortcut method. But it is very easy to calculate the mean under the direct method as compared to the shortcut method, because in shortcut method we have to first take assumed mean, then we have to do the calculation of dx, after that we have to calculate dx, fdx, and then we have to do the sum of all the value. So in shortcut method the calculation is little bit complicated. Okay, so in direct method, the calculation is not much that complicated or not much that difficult. But the answer from both the method is same. There is no change in the answer while doing the calculation through direct method or shortcut method. Now, calculation of arithmetic mean in a continuous series. So, in continuous series also we will do the calculation with direct method and shortcut method. So, formula for calculating mean under continuous series for direct method is equal to sigma fx upon n. So basically, in this we will take a midpoint as we have discussed in continuous series. So midpoint can be obtained from L1 and L2, which is lower limit plus upper limit, and we will divide it by 2. That is how we will got the midpoint of our continuous series. Suppose we have a series from 5 to 10. So in this 5 to 10, 10 to 15, so what in 5 to 10 is that the lower limit is 5 and the upper limit is 10. So what we have to do is 5 plus 10 divided by 2. This is how we will get the midpoint for a continuous series for calculating the assumed mean. The second method is shortcut method. Again, in shortcut method, we have to take assumed mean, and the formula is assumed mean plus sigma f dx upon n. What we have to do is we have to calculate the value of dx with the help of assumed mean, and then we have to multiply it by the value of f. So this is how we will do the calculation of mean in shortcut method. So, under this method, any mid value or any other value can be taken as assumed mean, which is A, as we have also discussed in earlier two series also. And deviation dx is equal to x minus A. When we discuss the question, we will understand it in detail also. So the question is, uh, calculate arithmetic mean from the following series. So in this question, wages are given in rupees and number of wages are given. So wages from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50. So there are a continuous series is given with the interval of 10. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50. So in this question, there is an equal class interval between all the values. So the number of wages also given for all the class interval. For 0 to 10, number of wages are 8, 10 to 20 is 12, 20 to 30 is 20, 30 to 40 is 6, and 40 to 50 is 4. Now we will do the calculation of arithmetic mean with the help of direct method. So, as in question, the wages are given in a equal class interval, and in question we have given number of wages, which is f, frequency, which is f. So, what we have to do is we have to calculate the value of x. Basically, x is a midpoint, or you can say mid value of a given class interval. So how we can find the mid value? We can find the mid value by applying the formula L1 plus L2 divided by 2, means lower limit plus upper limit and divided by 2. So this is how we will get the value of x. So for what we have to do, we have to apply this formula in this given class interval. For first one, 0 plus 10 divided by 2. So the answer is 5. Similarly, 10 plus 2 divided by 2, 30 divided by 2 is 50. 20 plus 30 divided by 2 is 25. 30 plus 40 divided by 2 is 35. 40 plus 45 divided by 2 is 45. So this is how we can calculate the mid value, which is also denoted by x. After calculating the mid value, we have to calculate the value of fx. And fx is the multiplication of f into x. So what we have to do is here, now we have to do the multiplication of x and f so that we can get the value of fx. So basically, how we will do the calculation? 8 multiplied by 5 is 40. 15 multiplied by 12 is 150, 180. 25 multiplied by 20 is 500. 35 multiplied by 6 is 210. And 45 multiplied by 4 is 180. So what we have to do is now that we have to do a sum of fx. How we can do the sum of fx? We have to add all the value of fx so that we can get the sum of fx. When we have added all these 5 value, the sum is 1110. So what we have to do is now we have to put all this value into the formula, and the formula is sigma fx upon n. So the value of sigma fx is 1110 and the value of n is 50. As we have also discussed this in the previous series, that the total of, or you can say the sum of f is uh, the answer of n. If we want to calculate the sum, or if we want to calculate the n under this continuous series, then the sum of, or adding by adding all the value of f, we can get the value of n. So the total of f is 50. 8 plus 12 plus 20 plus 6 plus 4 is 50. So what we have done, we have put all the value in this formula. 1110 divided by 50, the mean value is rupees 22.2. So the average mean of this question under continuous series for direct method is 22.2. Now we calculate the mean under shortcut method for continuous series. So question is similar. Now we will calculate with the help of shortcut method. So these are the wages given. Mid value we have already calculated under direct method: 5, 15, 25, 35 and 45. Number of wages given: 8, 12, 26 and 4. So what we have to do is we have to take consider assumed mean. Assumed mean is for this question we have taken assumed mean is 25. So similarly to this previous series, previous method, in this also we have taken this assumed mean from the value of x, and then we have do the calculation. Similarly, under this method also, assumed mean is taken from this value of x. So for this question we have taken 25 as an assumed mean. So what we have to do for calculating the value of dx, we have to subtract this is assumed mean from the value of x. This is how we can get the value of dx. When we do the calculation, 5 minus 25, the answer is minus 20. When we subtract 15 when we subtract 15 minus 25, then answer is minus 10. 25 minus 25, answer is 0. 35 minus 25, answer is plus 10. 45 minus 25, answer is plus 20. This is how we get the value of dx. So for on the basis of dx, we have to calculate the value of f dx. What we have to do is basically we have to multiply both this f into dx. So what we got is 8 multiplied by minus 20 is minus 160. 12 multiplied by minus 10 is minus 120. 20 multiplied by 0 is 0. 6 multiplied by 10 is 60. 4 multiplied by 20 is 80. So this is how we get the value of f dx. So basically, if there is any sign of subtraction, then we have to keep this sign in the value of f dx. We cannot convert this sign, or we cannot, or we can't remove this sign. Okay, this sign basically helps in calculating the sum of f dx. When we do the calculation, we have to add all these values. We have to do the subtraction of addition of all these values. So what we have to do is we have to add all the values here and do the subtraction. The values who have the sign of minus, we have to minus all those values from the positive values. So when we did the calculation of sigma f dx, the answer is minus 140. So as so the answer of sigma f dx can be positive or can be negative. So as there are these two values, minus 160 and minus 120, we have to first add these value, and then we have to add these value, the 60 plus 80, and from this we have to subtract this value. So the number of subtraction is larger than the number of addition, so that's why this value is in negative. And n is 50, and the total of frequency is 50. So we have to put all these value in this formula, a plus sigma f dx upon n. So what is assumed mean is, here 25. Sigma f dx is minus 140 and value of n is 50. So what we have done, we have put all these values in this formula. So the answer of sigma arithmetic mean is rupees 22.2. So the answer from direct method is also similar, 22.2, and answer from the shortcut method is also 22.2 for the same question. So we can conclude on the basis of all these series, all the three series, continuous series, discrete series, and individual series, that you can do the calculation by any method, direct method or shortcut method. The assumed mean will be same. If there is nothing mentioned in the question, then you can choose any method for calculating arithmetic mean. First of all, you have to identify the series, what type of series is that. Then you have to do the calculation by the direct method or by the shortcut method. So this is how we calculate arithmetic mean for both the three series, discrete series, individual series, and continuous series under direct method and under shortcut method.